Hey guys, welcome back to another Plan With Me. This week I'm planning from April 22nd to the 28th, and I'm using this Austin kit from Scribble Prints Co. And the reason I'm using this kit this week is because I went to Austin. Yes, finally got back. I had gone to Austin, I think like 2 years ago, and then this kit came out shortly after, and I was so bummed that I had already planned that week because this would have been perfect. I never thought I was going to go back, but I did go back. I will probably never go back again, but I did go back. So I had to use this kit because I don't think I'm going to get another shot. And yeah, as far as the spread goes, I've been doing the same thing every week with doing the headers and the deco up top. I'm still really liking how busy it looks. I'm sure I'll get bored of it eventually because I went through a very long stretch of thinking that deco with headers looked awful and it looked better with just like the clean dates. So I don't know, but still liking it, still doing it. And then I was able to put a box on every single day because, to be completely honest, I barely did shit this week. It was a very laid back trip, essentially. Or literally. Basically, we went to Austin to surprise one of Joe's best friends. He has like two best friends, and their other third friend was also coming to surprise. So we were going there to surprise his friend for his 40th birthday party and also to meet the new 3-month-old baby. His wife was the one who put all this together and planned everything and invited us months and months and months and months ago. So this had been in the works for quite a while, but that's the reason for the trip. It wasn't really a vacation. However, we definitely stayed longer than necessary because of how expensive flights were. I would have liked to leave a day earlier or gotten there a day later. But it just didn't work with, like, it saved us hundreds of dollars. All that to say, it did get a little boring. Like, not to be mean, it's not their fault or anything. It did get very boring, though, because we were not in downtown Austin or even near downtown Austin. We were out in the suburbs. It's just houses and nothing else. And we didn't have a rental car or anything. And nobody offered to go anywhere with us. And nobody offered to let us borrow the car. So we just didn't ask. And we basically hung out in a house for like 4 days. And I am not used to that. I complain about Philadelphia a lot, and I will continue to complain about Philadelphia a fuck ton, especially now that the weather's getting warmer, all the assholes are out, the urine is smelling extra strong, but I can go outside and walk anywhere I want, like whatever I want. I want to go to a park, bam, it's walkable. I want to go to the grocery store, I want to go to a bar, I want to go to here, it's all walkable, and there are people outside. So it was just, I wasn't used to it. And it's funny because I always say that I want to move out of the city someday, which is true. I do stand by that because I want a parking spot one day so that I can run errands on weekdays without, not being able to find parking. But I don't know when I'm going to want to do that. And unless I can move back into a suburb like that I'm used to, which I don't think I ever will be able to afford a New Jersey suburb in my fucking life. But yeah, I don't know if I'm ready for all that because I was going stir crazy. Like, I did go out a couple times to walk, but it wasn't enough. And yeah, so other than that, I'm not gonna lie, a fuck ton happened this week that I can't speak about, and I know I'm being such an asshole by even telling you that much, but like I am itching to tell you. But because it has to do with other people and it's really none of my business, I can't put it on in a YouTube video, even though they'll never see it, even though their friends will never see it. It would just be a bad idea because I have a big mouth, and you guys know this. I say way too much about way too much. I can't say a lot of things that I witnessed this during this trip, but Oh, dear God, do I want to tell you so fucking bad. Let's just say it was really cringy. It was really awkward. It was also very validating. And I know you don't know what any of that means. So that's the one reason I'm glad I went, because I would have missed a lot of interesting conversations. Let's just say that. I'm going to leave it at that because, again, none of my business. Absolutely none of my business. So, yeah, I'm sorry. This could have been a really juicy plan with me, but I have to be a good person. So I'm just going to tease you and then give you the most boring voiceover ever. So starting with Monday, the first thing I marked was that I sat through 7 green lights on my way home. And I'm going to be brief explaining this because it's boring, but basically I work an extra half an hour Monday through Thursday in order to leave 2 hours early on Friday. I can get off at 3. I can work 8:30 to 3 on Friday if I work 9 hours Monday through Thursday. But because I was off on Friday, I didn't need the overtime, which meant I was able to sleep in a little bit because I didn't need to start as early. Never again. Never again, because by leaving 10 minutes later than I usually do, I hit a world of traffic. It was torture. So that was not fun. And I used an Olive Studio sticker for that. With a Once More with Love work munchkin, I marked that I went home to work. Duh. With a Coffee Monsters Co. emoji, I marked laundry. Then with a Pumpkin Paper Co. Sarah sticker, I just feel like she matched this kit so well. I don't care if it's not Halloween. I marked that I cleaned the floors and like deep cleaned the cat area as well. Then I tidied my fridge and freezer, and I used a Coffee Monsters Co. Sticker for that. Then with these weights that I got from a printable kit and saved, I marked that I did a workout. With this pencil from Scribble Prints Co., I marked that I created my packing list. With an emoji holding a YouTube icon, I marked that I planned and did a voiceover. And while I did that, I really need to place an order with Sticky Perks because I think she has Tubi stickers, and I'm back on my Tubi bullshit. I am a Tubi stan, like not to be a hipster or anything, but I've been watching Tubi since before they had advertisers, and so all of their commercials were just them advertising themselves. I fucking love Tubi, and I'm back on it. I've been watching a lot of random movies on there while I plan, because it's the only streaming service I have. And I use my iPad. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. I watched The Ninth Gate with Johnny Depp. It was interesting. I only half watched because I was planning, but it was interesting. Moving on to Tuesday, the first thing I marked was that, oops, no meeting for me. And I marked that because as I was walking to work, my boss messaged me and she's like, when you get here, you can log on to the meeting. They're doing it at 8 today instead of 7. First of all, ma'am, I have not been into the office at 8 since you made me come in 3 days a week. I used to come in at 7:45 every single time because I only had to do that once a week and I had more energy. But now I don't get there, and this is me trying to get there at 8. I don't get there until 8:20. And because I didn't need the overtime, I didn't get to the office until 9. So still didn't do the meeting. Fine by me. I don't want to do the meeting. And so I marked that with this springtime laptop emoji. Then with this cringe sticker, I just marked that I was nervous to tell my boss that I'm working remote. So 2 reasons I wait till the last minute to tell her. The first reason is because she will forget, so I'm just going to have to tell her twice then, which is fine. But the real reason is because I procrastinate everything. I don't like asking for things. I don't, so whatever. But I needed to work remote because we were getting picked up to go to the airport at 12:30, and I worked till 12 because I took a half day. So yeah, I could not be walking from the fucking office. I needed to get to the airport. So I needed to work remote and whatever. It ended up being fine. But yeah, I did ask her last minute. Then under that, with a munchkin, I marked my workout. With a TikTok munchkin, I marked that I procrastinated for way too long. I hate packing. I think it's one of my least favorite things in the world. Whether I'm going on an airplane or not, the only thing about an airplane is the liquids. And I was recently, not my last trip, because I just went on another trip. That trip was great. But recently, I was made to feel like it's weird that I have too many liquids. But like, I use a lot of fucking liquids, like Get Off My Ass. There's like a heat protectant and a leave-in conditioner, shampoo, conditioner, and then Certain Dry. There's 5 liquids right there, and I haven't even gotten to my fucking skincare, okay? It's fine to have too many liquids. So that was like a whole thing. I ended up figuring it out, but I don't know why it was harder for me to pack my liquids this time than when I went overseas. I fit them all in just fine when I had to go to Prague. I don't know why I couldn't fit them this time. Whatever. I ended up not bringing face wash. I just used Joe's, so it was okay. But this suitcase, I think, is from Planning Roses. It's so cute. It's so cute. Then with a remote from Sticky Perks, I marked that I watched The Thing from 1982. I had seen the remake. I'd never seen the original. And at this point, I'm going to say I've seen the original because I heard it. I barely watched it, though, because I was packing. But it kept me company, and I finished packing by the end of the movie, so it was the perfect length. Then I marked with this very happy Papershire cat that the cats were apeshit all night. All winter, they're snug as a bug in a rug. They don't move. But now that it's warm out, Brad is up to his fuckboy bullshit again. And what he does is when he decides that he's bored in the middle of the night, he comes and sits on Janet, picks a fight, and then the two of them are running around like psychos. And if you're asking, why don't you just kick him out? Why don't you just close your door? Because then Janet will scream at my door because she can't get into her bedroom. Okay, well, why don't you lock Brad out? Then Janet will sit by the door because she's a fucking cat and she needs to be in and out and in and out. She only wants to be in, but she needs the option to go out, so she needs the door cracked. So there you go. It's either her happiness or mine. And usually I pick hers. Whatever. It is what it is. And I didn't want to shut her out because I was leaving for like 5 days. I wanted to spend time with my love. So that sucked. Then moving on to Wednesday, the first thing I marked with another SPC pencil was that I just had last minute things that I had to cross off my list, like grabbing my headphones that were charging, the things that I was using in the morning, I had to remember to pack those. And then just like a couple other things like snacks that I wanted to bring with me. Then with an emoji, cleaning the litter, I marked that I set up the cats. My roommate was coming back, but I don't know. I think she actually she came back on Friday. So I needed to have them set up for Wednesday and Thursday. So I did that. Then with another Olive driving, I marked that I drove to Joe's and I had to get there very, very early. I woke up quite early on Wednesday because I needed to start work by 8 a.m. in order to leave at noon, because with a half day, you have to work 4 hours. And I needed to be done at noon because we were getting picked up at 12:30 and I need that 30 minutes to like gather shit, So I got there in plenty of time. Then under that, with a middle finger munchkin, I marked stop giving me so much before I'm leaving, because my boss does this thing. I don't think she's doing it on purpose. I do think she's doing it on purpose. Not really, but maybe. I don't know. But every time I'm about to leave, she like gives me more work. There have been so many times where I'm like trying to start my vacation or whatever, and then she gives me work to do. And this day she gave me so much, like 30 minutes before I had to leave, she gave me like a list of things to do. And she's like, oh, and can you qualify all this, blah, 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 before you leave? I should have stood up for myself, but I didn't because I'm me. I should have said like, oh, well, I have to leave at noon because I'm catching a plane. I didn't do that. I instead got incredibly angry, which is probably not healthy, but I got incredibly angry and ended up working. And I mean, I rushed everything and I only did like the really important stuff, but I still didn't get done until 12:15. So I had 15 minutes to like get my shit together and leave. So that made me very angry. Didn't like that, but it was fine. Made it all good. I used a munchkin wheeling a suitcase to mark heading to the airport. And then I marked that we barely made our connecting flight because our seats were all the way in the back of the plane and we only had a 30-minute layover. But we got so lucky because our connecting flight, no joke, was across the hall. It was across the hall. And we had 10 minutes by the time we got off that plane to get to our connecting flight, and we made it. Then with, this was a freebie, and I never know how to use these because I don't use angels for anything. But I finally had a reason. We met the nicest woman on the plane. Oh my God. I should have mentioned this earlier. I didn't. But anyway, she overheard us talking about pizza. I'm not going to get into the details, but we were talking about pizza and she was like, oh my gosh, I can't help but hear that you guys are talking about pizza in Austin, Texas. She's like, I live in Austin and let me give you some recommendations. She was so fucking nice. And then after our flight, she was like, oh yeah, I live in that neighborhood. I can give you a ride. And I know you don't accept rides from strangers, but I didn't get any like serial killer vibes from her. And I know she could have had like a man hiding in her car ready to kill us or whatever. It was fine though. We took the ride because it saved us like $50. And yeah, it was lovely. Made a new friend. So marked that with these emojis in a car. And then the final thing on Wednesday was that we were the surprise. So there's that with another munchkin. Moving on to Thursday, the first thing I marked was that Joe's friend's wife ordered us brunch, which was very nice of her. And I marked that with these Sticky Perks pancakes. I do regret not getting pancakes. Oh no, I did get pancakes this day. That's why I marked it with pancakes. I'm sorry. I've been having brunch quite often recently, and I have not gotten stuffed French toast any of the times. And then finally I was going to get it, and it was sold out. That has nothing to do with this trip. Anyway, so back to this. She ordered us brunch. Then after that, I needed to walk. I was going like crazy because I need to get my steps in. I need to walk. I need to move. Otherwise, I will go insane. So I said that I was going to go walk to get Red Bull. She was very sweet, offered to give me a ride. And I was like, no. I need the walk. Like, thank you, but I need the fucking walk. So I walked 20 minutes to a gas station, and Joe ended up coming with me just to like get out. So we walked to a gas station. It was very weird. Like Texas, specifically where they live, is so different from like the tri-state area over here. I've never seen anything like it. It's so vast. So anyway, there was like nobody out. Finally on the way back, we saw one dude power walking or jogging or whatever. But yeah, so we walked to get Red Bull. And I used a Design Ski Sticker Co. Red Bull can along with these munchkins hiking for that. Then I took a nap, used another munchkin for that, and then another munchkin rolling her eyes. I just marked, did you really say that? Can't go into any more detail. Then with this Carly Plans fry sticker and a Sticky Perks Dino Nugget sticker. I had chicken tenders, but I didn't know when I'd ever use these Dino Nuggets. So whatever, I used them here. We went out to get dinner at a sports bar, and Joe and I were still really full from brunch. So he and I just split a meal, and it was really good. They had really good barbecue sauce. Then with a munchkin in bed on their phone, I marked that I watched YouTube, and then I read. And this is a Planting Roses book stack. Then moving on to Friday, the first thing I marked was that we got out of the house again. We went out to brunch, which was great. I actually hated my food, but I was happy to be out. Again, I should have gotten the French toast, but I got like an egg sandwich, and it was subpar. I used these emojis out at a cafe to mark brunch. Then with these olives shopping, I marked that his wife and I went to run all the errands. We went to the grocery store to get like alcohol and snacks. And then we picked up the cake. I believe this cupcake is maybe SPC, maybe not. I'm not sure. But I marked that we got the cake and the cupcakes. Then when we got back, I took another nap. I napped a lot on this trip, mainly because there was nothing else to do. So I took another nap, and I used a Do Not Disturb munchkin to mark that. Then with another party munchkin, I marked that Joe's other best friend came, and he was also a surprise. Then we got Mexican for dinner, and I used a Once More with Love burrito to mark that. Then the final surprise, one more friend came, who's like the birthday friend's, whatever, his like childhood best friend came, and that was it. That was the end. But he came at midnight, so we had to stay up to like not ruin the surprise. And then, or to stay up for the surprise, I should say. And then the final thing, I marked that I read again using another book stack from Planting Roses. Moving on to Saturday, the first thing I marked with a pumpkin paper Coterra, I marked that I got ready. With a Once More with Love party sticker, I marked that it was the 40th birthday party. Then I got a little crazy at the party. Got a little something. It was fun. It was fine. But I used this munchkin, making this weird face because I may or may not have taken something. It was fine. All safe, but like I don't do things. I don't take things. So anyway, it was all good. Then with these munchkin fighting, there was something that happened. And then with an emoji walking, I marked that we went for a walk just to kind of like get out of the house. With these gossiping emojis, I marked that after everything like cooled down, whatever, we had some girl talk outside, which was fun. And then I was tired, so I went to bed at 11:30 and I used a leftover icon from who knows where to mark that. Finally, moving on to Sunday, the first thing I marked with another emoji head was that I was just so bored at this point. Like I needed something to do other than like talk about baby stuff. Like I could not talk about babies anymore. And this, I'm sorry, I'm still going to be excited when certain people have babies. Like one of my friends, she's about to pop in June. I'm going to be excited for her. But at this point, so many people I know have had babies. I don't want to talk about babies anymore. They're like not interesting. Okay. They're just not. Anyway, so I was bored. Then with a Stella Bow Sticker Co. bed, I marked that I just went back to bed because I was bored. With a hammer from, this was a printable that Ilza from Ilza's Melted Plans sent me. Very sweet. And then this TV is from the Scribble Prints Co. I marked that they like rehung his TV, and that took quite a while because they couldn't get it just right and they couldn't find the studs, which was kind of funny. Then with this munchkin swinging, I marked that we finally got out. We finally met up with some other people at like this outdoor bar that was literally 5 minutes away, so I don't know why this is the first we're going there. And they did have a giant swing. I didn't go on it, but the sticker worked. Then with a munchkin on like a location pin, whatever. I marked that I reserved an Uber because we were going to need an Uber at 3 a.m. and better safe than sorry, even though it's more expensive. It just was not worth the risk out in the suburbs. Then with Once More With Love pizza sticker, I love this sticker. I marked that we got pizza from this place called Via 313. And some of the people were like, oh my God, you have to get this pizza. It's so good. Like, don't get Domino's. You have to get this. And it's the pizza that the woman on the plane recommended. And let me tell you, the highlight of my trip was this pizza. 1000%. I wish we had gotten more. But this pizza was so good. And I was nervous because it looked like it didn't have a lot of sauce, but the crust and the cheese were really tasty. So I was okay because I usually get extra sauce. It was delicious. I'm so glad we did that, and we almost didn't. So very happy about that. Then Joe, his friend Michael, who came, and then just the three of us, we went for a walk, just, to get out, get moving. And then with this insomnia munchkin who just looks frazzled, I marked that I was just so ready to go home. Like, I was so ready to go home. It almost would have been worth the money just to like get home sooner, but I'm making it sound like they're awful people. I just got stir crazy. That's all it was. I just needed other things to do. Also, sports were on the TV 24/7. We didn't watch anything interesting. It was either music videos or sports. I was going insane. And then the final thing with this zombie munchkin, I marked that I got 3 hours of sleep. So I basically took a nap because we had to get up at 2:30 because our Uber was coming at 3 a.m. So yeah, that's everything. All in all, it was fine. It's fine. His wife was really accommodating. She was really great. She was trying. I mean, she had a fucking 3-month-old baby, planning this party, hosting all these people, ordering people food, like taking care of everything. She went above and beyond. I'm sure it was very stressful for her. I'm sure she's glad it's over. But yeah, it was okay. It was okay. I just wish I wish we had stayed in a hotel in downtown, and I wish we had like splurged for the car. But we did what we did. It was just like, it was sort of like we half-assed the trip, but it's okay. We didn't realize it was going to be like that. So whatever. But anyway, it's fine. It's fine. I got to use this kit. Okay. So there you go. But yeah, I guess that's all for this spread. Actually, one other thing. This has nothing to do with the spread, but I have, a friend who lives in Austin. He wasn't there. He was on a bachelor party, so would have been nice. Didn't happen. It's okay. But anyway, yeah, that's it for this plan with me. I hope you enjoyed, even though I'm an asshole and I'm keeping secrets. But yeah, that's it. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.